In thinking about preparing for tonight and about being and becoming, one of the quotes in the pamphlet that really caught my eye, it actually says it's by Anonymous, but I'm sure it's an anonymous Taoist. When they said, "Don't wait for people to be kind, show them how." And I think particularly in our world these days where so many people are suffering from lack of resources, if that's money, food, a home, a friend, a love that nurtures and sustains them, there's a lot of people looking to be fed, looking to be nourished, looking to be cared for. And I think one of the joys, if you will, of being a Taoist is that you've nurtured yourself and you've learned how to love yourself so that you have something to give to those other people. Now, I'm not pretending that you have to be a Taoist to be that way because we don't think that way. However, I think the teachings of Taoism and the interpretation that Dr. Fang brings allows you to have a fountain, if you will, a well, to help nurture and restore yourself. I was thinking about this, particularly this week at work. In the group that I manage, there's one person who's considered to be a difficult person. I don't need to say more, right? I see the smiles. You all know these folks. They're either across the cubicle from you, or they're your family member, maybe your child, maybe the person over at Kentucky Fried that was not very nice in the line. And there was a lot of, what shall I call it, discord, rumor mongering about this particular employee. And we were going to be adding a new member to the team that she's on. And pretty soon I get a phone call. And the phone call says, "You know, I've been elected to call and tell you, nobody wants to work with this person. And if they have to work with her, they just don't know. They don't think they're going to take the job." And my first reaction was, this is not a democracy, it's an American corporation, number one. And if the company decides that we need your skill on the team, that if you want to keep your job, you're probably going to do that. But I thought it was so interesting how a whole group of people had obviously been chatting and talking up this whole idea around this difficult person, and how they were willing to distract themselves from the reason they were in that environment to really trash her. Nobody had a solution. It's just no one could work with her, so no one would join the team. But that's not functional. Just as in your family, that would not be functional if you decide to isolate one person because no one likes how they behave. So for me, the being and becoming, we're all in our ways of being. And I think that as a Taoist, or as one who would believe in some of the principles of Taoism in particular, our task is really not only to nurture ourselves, but then to say, how can we help others become? What's our role? And maybe it's just being a role model. Maybe it's encountering unkindness and being able to show through your own behavior how to be kind, how to be outside yourself. And if you think about it, most kind things that we do, they don't really cost you much money. They might not cost you any money. And sometimes we think we're being kind because we send money into a charity. But I think all of you know in your hearts that when you're able to give a smile to someone who doesn't feel life has anything to offer them, or you're able to help someone who's dying to have 5 or 10 minutes of peace just sitting with them and holding their hand, that those are really the gifts that, again, not only help other people become, but also help you yourself become because of the gift that you receive back. So that's my little interpretation of being and becoming. I'm sure Dr. Fang has much more elaboration on that, and I'd like to turn the class over to him.
Thank you, Charlene. No more elaboration. She said it all. How did you get here?
Me?
Hmm.
Chris told me about it.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
So some of you are here first time, so I'll go over some foundation ideas. If it gets boring for those who've heard it before, you can always raise your hand and add 2 cents in there. Right? It's perfectly okay. So the first chapter of Tao Te Ching, attributed to Lao Tzu, talked about Dao Ke Dao, Fei Chang Dao. The path that can be talked about is not the path. It is said that the old writing on turtle shells, the character Dao is the character knife. And it's said that people walk and made a path to the river where they had to get water. And that path that's carved out by their feet is called knife. So when you see what has been carved by people's feet, you recognize someone has been there before. And you recognize it is a path, a Dao. The sound of Dao, knife, is similar to the sound of Dao. Dao means path or speech, talk, words. It is what is created, the path that one takes. You create this. Many people can walk on the same path, create a larger path. You can veer off and walk a different path that hasn't been walked on before. You can carve, as my father used to like to say, your own heaven and earth. You can create it. You can carve it. Dao Ke Dao, Fei Chang Dao. The Dao that can be talked about or expressed, shown. Fei Chang usually means not the usual, the unusual. Fei means nothing, Chang, ordinary. Not the ordinary path. The path that you know is not the ordinary path that's been carved by other people's feet. Taoism said you need to carve your own heaven and earth. You need to discover, have the path reveal itself to you. And you carve it. You walk it. You create it. As you enjoy the scenery along the way. Dao Ke Dao, Fei Chang Dao. Second sentence is Ming Ke Ming, Fei Chang Ming. That which can be named is also the unusual name. Not necessarily what you consider. Charlene talked about earlier, kindness as a smile to someone who needed it. That is an unusual name. A smile for kindness. So the whole concept, the source of Taoism, is that it is about nothingness. Somebody jokingly said once to me, yes, you sell nothingness. I said, I hope so. Successfully. The idea, the realization is that everything is illusionary once you recognize it. So before recognition, there is a space and state where things are not identified. Once you identify it, you create a separation. This and that. Human, non-human, object, energy, so on and so forth. So we say, understand the space and state before you make a judgment or call a name. Identify. Identify comes from awareness and consciousness. So we say, don't lose your consciousness. Don't lose your awareness. Don't be a dummy. And don't be blind. See, but recognize all this comes from a space where there are no differences, where yin and yang is merged. That this is no different than that. I am no different than this. This is no different than I. Changes. Changes. Recently I was working with a student, and the student was a dancer. Not the best dancer, but so much passion for dancing. And this was a he. He always wore pants that what we call flooded. FOB pants, fresh off the boat. Short, too short. So after like a few months, I thought maybe I'll give this person some suggestion. I said, if you want to dance suave, your pants need to go a little longer. But, you know, by your just advice, you know. I don't know where I learned that from. And the other students who were standing around, like, was very surprised that I made the suggestion. Like, he's happy. He's unique. He has chosen to wear pants like that. And I was like, oh, what a great lesson. Be comfortable with yourself. Be comfortable. Change, no change. If you change, does everything else change? If you don't change, do things not change? What makes change? So I thought to myself, what makes this person wear short pants to begin with, from no pants? Some changes already happened. Right? Made some choices, decisions, name some names. Short pants, long pants. I prefer a desire for short pants. I'm individual. I'm comfortable with my short pants. I'm comfortable. I don't want to change anymore. Good or bad are my judgment. Suave or not suave, stylish or not stylish, my judgment. What a great lesson. Change or don't change. What makes changes? What makes us change? Does it happen naturally? Or do we have to, like will it? Or think it through? Summon it? What is change? The Yi Jing, the book of change. Yi means change. But Yi also means easy. The book, the sutras, the mantra of easiness, of change. The book of change, Yi Jing, a book of easy ways, talked about 3 different kinds of Yi, 3 changes. First one is Bian Yi. Bian means change, transform. Change. Yi, easy. Change, easy. Easy change. Everything changes. There's a Buddhist ghost called Wu Chang. Wu means doesn't exist. Chang means ordinary. Not ordinary. Every time you see Wu Chang, time for you to go to the other world. Because it's no longer the ordinary world. Wu Chang, not ordinary. Fei Chang, Dao Ke Dao, Fei Chang. Chang, ordinary. Not ordinary. No ordinary. Everything changes. First change. Second change. Jian Yi. Jan means simple. Simple. And it means understandable. Once you understand it, it's easy. It's no longer difficult, magical, or unattainable. When you come across any obstacle, any thoughts, situation, and you say, I don't know what to do with this difficult person at work, with children, with this illness that I have. When you come across that, look for a change. Don't look for it in ordinary ways. Look for it in outside the box, outside the envelope, outside the ordinary consciousness. Look for the answers there. Look for your understanding there. Once you understand it, it's easy. Like anything, a language, a skill, a thought form, a movement, a concept, organization, no different. Once you understand it, you can work it. You can play with it. So we say, learn to understand changes. Third, bui, no change. And generally, that is in the category of, it's hard for her to swallow. It is in the category of spirit. In the category of spirit, you no longer reside in the world of beginning and end. So you don't need changes. It has no meaning in a place where there's no beginning and no end. So reside in that space yourself, and you understand the world of the humans and the world of the spirit. In the world of the spirit, there are no attachment, there's no beginning and end. It has only potentials. You reside in the magnificence of potentials. Once you choose, you can recognize. Once you recognize, you can name. You can then create. Like the knife, this world. In the spirit world, that has no meaning. I can create, I can sustain, I can dissolve. The whole message of Om. Create, sustain, dissolution of. Is all within my realm. No need for this and that. No need for yin and yang. No need for frustration. No need for anxiety. No need for fidgetiness. No need for anger. No need for grief. No need for sadness. No need for jealousy. No need for lust. No need to feel bad. No need even to feel good. Somebody was feeling good the other day. Oh, I worry because something bad may happen. Take away this feeling goodness. Tao Ke Dao Fei Sang Dao. Not the ordinary way. You need to seek and have it revealed to you. You need to discover. It's all on you. So with that short pants story, I also recognize there's another component. And the component was also mentioned by other students. And the component was, he's happy. with his short pants, with his attire. He's happy. You're content. You have yourself. You're not worried about your external manifestation. Your clothes, your cars, your husband, your wife, your children, your car. Did I say car already? Your second car. Your plane, whatever. Your earrings. And that comes from a sense of gratitude. Happiness comes from a sense of gratitude that I have what I have. I have my body that I can dance with. I have my mind I can think. I have my ears I can listen. I can smell. I can think. I can choose my short pants. That's my style. I'm content. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful with what I have. And that brings you inner comfortableness, which is crucial component to be a Taoist. Yes, we have some prerequisites. Not everybody can call themselves Taoists, well, that I would recognize. Funny. That's funny, right? A Taoist recognizing other Taoists. Therefore, we have a Taoist conference. You can identify, really who's out there is true Taoist, fake Taoist, pretend Taoist, a lying Taoist, a magical Taoist, an incantational Taoist, a meditative Taoist, a karmic Taoist, a bhakti Taoist, one from the heart. Meet people. Meet some people on the same path. It's a good thing. Be grateful, be comfortable, be happy. Have some inner joy as a foundation of a Taoist. Don't be attached even to that, but have it. We say the Tao, the path, that seems unusual, magical, special, in time becomes ordinary, common. We talked about earlier, understanding something difficult or mystical becomes ordinary in time. Your spiritual practice in the beginning is in time, it is your practice. It is who you are. You are what you practice. Do you practice breathing? I hope so. It's who you are. Do you practice eating to nurture this magnificent form of yours? If you do, yes. Do you practice movement? I hope so. Enjoy movement. Do you practice stillness? I hope so. Because only through stillness can you understand the spark of life, the spanda of energy, creation. You are what you practice. So we say practice with a loving heart. It's a good foundation. Practice with no attachment. Not, I want to be like the best, most well-known Taoist in the world. Yes. Don't do it for attachment. Don't feel like I have something to give to this world. I don't know. I care? I have this calling to sit here. I was created for that purpose. So here I sit. Do my thing. Be grateful. We say there are so many ways to view the world. You can view the world with benevolence. 记性, 记, with benevolence, understanding of humanity, kindness. But some say that kind of concept and ideas and lifestyle is too big, unattainable. This desire to save humanity and be kind to all, and live only in love. Some say it's too big, unattainable, unreachable. Some people say, I'm angry at the world. The world is so much anger. I have patients who are dying of cancer, still fighting injustice that happened to her tribe, her people, her history, her grandfather, her villagers. She's still fighting the cancer. And we say, or some say, that kind of enthusiasm with anger and sense of righteousness is too stimulating. It's too agitating. Some say this world's made of illusion. Let's recluse ourselves. Be renunciate. Monastic, pure life of thoughts and of action. Avoid the world and conflicts. And some say it's too small. It's too diminishing. Some say you need to see the world as a stage and play. Just play. Just have fun and play. Play with everything. Politics, finance, personality, clothing, style, thoughts, movement, food. Play, just play. Just play. Play with your spirit. Play. And some say, it's myopic. Vision too small. Just to play. Some people say, this world needs chaos. Too much order. Too much constraint. This world needs to be shaken up. Some say, in doing that, there's very little that you can pick from. In this chaotic world that you like to create, there's very little that you can choose and enjoy. And then there's a world view, we call it illusionary, cheating or lying, creating illusion, falling into illusion, creating illusion, falling into illusion. And some say, I'll let you do that one. There was a story expect an answer like now. Yes.
Right now.
Right?
We said it right now. You want an answer now.
Yeah, about the illusionary and all of that stuff. Some would say, remember I said, some would say, what would you say? To create a world of illusion always, and falling into the world of illusion always. What would you say, like, cleverly? to put a pin in the balloon.
Don't know.
I don't know. It's a good answer. Because what would you know in illusion? It's a very good answer. So there was a man by the name of how the story goes. And he was very wise. So the emperor says, come, I want you to help me govern my empire, my world, my subjects, all. And Xu Qi came, met the emperor, and says, the phoenix, the magical, transformative phoenix, lives and makes its nest only on one branch of the forest. Huh? So Xu Qi says, I'll repeat it for you. The magical, transformative phoenix lives only and makes its nest only on one branch in the forest. And he left. That was his advice to the empire and the emperor. And the emperor thought and thought and thought for a long time. He said, be comfortable. Just be comfortable where you nest of that tree branch in the forest. If you're comfortable, all is okay. Be comfortable with yourself. Be comfortable with yourself. What else can reside in comfortableness? Only what you want. So we say, be comfortable. Recently, I had an episode, a crossover experience. All was gone. When I came back to consciousness, all was present immediately. No difference than what I remember. The immediacy of the world was like a whirlwind, just like that. And then all of this was over. All of this was over. And then, here I am again. So I have a poem that was inspired by a Chinese poem that I wrote for this occasion. wind comes and brushes through the bamboo forest. When the wind has left, the bamboo held no music. When the winter geese from Canada, Canadian geese, pass through winter, Lake Merritt, when the geese has gone, the lake held no shadow. We come and we go, be at peace. Maybe the bamboos remember the music. Maybe in the depth of Lake Merritt there lies the image of my shadow. Can you hear it? The songs that pass through the bamboo forest. Can you see? Can you see the image of my shadow? Can you see? That's my poem. Yeah, that's it. Any questions?
Reciprocity.
Say?
Reciprocity, what does that mean?
Say it again.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
I don't know.
Shake hands.
Okay.
You shake my hand, I shake your hand. Reciprocity. You know.
Agree with you?
Agree is okay. Reciprocity can be agreement, doesn't have to be. Who wrote it anyway?
Confucius.
Oh, you have to ask Confucius. General rule. Reciprocity means, you give, I give, you give. It is a two-way street.
Oh,
Yeah. You shake my hand because I shake your hand. Same thing. I inhale, you exhale. Same thing. Or vice versa. Reciprocity. Let's just inhale, exhale. That's all. No big deal. No more questions? Hey, thank you all for coming. We're going to meditate for a few minutes. You're welcome. Take a comfort, huh? And you would. Take a deep breath. Once again, be comfortable with yourself. Whatever posture you take, please be comfortable. And usually it means you can sit for 500 years without any problem. You should be that comfortable. All right, 300 years for you beginners. Comfortable. Let your breath be soft, gentle, long, deep. Deep. Let your breath be long, soft, thin, gentle, deep, long, soft, gentle, full, managed, not given away. Contact with inhalation till the end. Go beyond inhalation. Reside in the space of no breath. Whenever you're ready, transition and transform into exhalation. Make the exhalation soft, long, deep, thin. Surrender yourself, but manage this exhalation. Let your exhalation go to the end. When you reach the end, go beyond to Never Never Land. Reside in Never Never Land of exhalation for a period of time, whatever you like. Whenever you're ready, transform and transition into inhalation. Draw, na, absorb, pull in, breathe. Fully, soft, deep, throughout your whole body, even beyond your body. Inhale till you reach the infinito space of your inhalation. Reside there and go beyond to Never Never Land of breathless state. Reside till you feel comfortable. Reside till you are familiar with this realm of existence. This realm of existence has no time and space. This realm has no judgment. It is free flowing. It is no beginning, it has no end. It is timeless. It is beyond boundary. There's no boundaries in this space. Reside here and be familiar with this space that you can reside in. And then whenever you're ready, transition, transform, transport, transmigrate into the exhalation state. Once again, you travel through the whole vicissitude that exists around this river of exhalation. You see all that you see. You experience that all you experience. Everything in this path of exhalation and inhalation is your life. This is the practice of breath. This is the practice of no breath state. This is the practice of transcendence. Reside in this space, a transcendent space. It doesn't mean you're not yourself anymore. It doesn't mean you don't have this body of form. It just means you can travel. You have the ability to travel. That's all. Nice to travel, go places. No boundaries. You know, it doesn't mean you lose sense of direction. You lose yourself. Not like that. You don't lose anything. Because You are aware. You are aware. You are aware. Be comfortable with yourself, with everything. You may hear the sound of the gong. If you do, flow with it. It is the river. It is the sound, the gift of the gong. The gong sings the song for us so we can flow in it. It is a gift of the gong for our travel. Ride with it. Be comfortable with it. Look at the scenery along the way. Do you hear the music in the bamboos? Do you hear the music in the bamboo forest? Do you see my shadow? Gently open your eyes, come back to this time and space. That was magnificent gong singing, Mikey.